Okay, we're live, but I'm just trying to find the video. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
You're right.
my last round of circles, the sheets moved.
What do you mean the sheets moved?
Because it got too thin.
What do you mean it got too thin?
It got too light. Had all the holes in it.
Oh, and where's it?
There's only small divots, but there's got to be sanded.
On the edges?
Yeah.
Yeah, but is the writing centered?
The writing centered, it's like just a little...
No. The sheet hasn't moved. You've done it too close to the edge. Missy, we don't need you in here with me. Hello, everybody. It's Elisa and Missy. Oh. Hello, Di. How are you? Oh, the videos. Yep. And the light is straight up and down now, so it's shining in my eyes. Yep. My name's Alicia and I'm whinging. I'm very sorry. Try to stop whinging now. Okay. We going to try and use... Hello, Joanne. How are you? So you can see here, I've used the Stars in a Row stencil, which was stencil number 6, and I think I did 55 the other day. Not all of them available. There, we're trying to get ahead. You know how well that works. It doesn't work very well at all. So you can see I've used Stars in a Row, and then I've sort of spread the paste a bit. So I've got another piece of white cardstock, and I'm going to show you putting what I did with the paste, like how I did it. And we're going to pick a photo. I've got an actual photo, and I have designed, these two are online. I've designed the title Superstar, and I've got some arrows. So you get 3 of these in a pack. So the arrows and the Superstar we've done for a bargain price for $1.95 each pack. So I've got a Noah, a Milton, and a Milton. Milton is over 11 here because he's got braces. He got braces just before or just after he turned 11. These ones are the same day. This is December 2011. 26th of December. So that's Boxing Day. I don't know when that was. But he's definitely already 11 here. Same kid. Different kid. Obviously this kid's got multicolored eyes. This kid's got blue eyes. Mr. Multicolored Eyes here. And so you can see his beautiful straight teeth have been fixed there. So I was born with straight teeth. 2011, what would he have been?
I was born in 2006, so 5.
No.
And I was born in 2007.
He was born in 97.
Oh, we're talking about Milton, not Noah.
Yeah. This is Milton here. So these two are Milton and this is Noah.
Okay.
This is multicolored eyes. This is blue eyes. Oh, let me count.
Just add 3 to the year.
14. So 14. He would have been like 5. 11 here. Yeah, he turns 26 in November. I'm just thinking. They all work. But I think the red's going to be a challenge. Can you do that? Let's do this one. Let me say hello to everyone. I said hello to Di and Joanne. Hello, Dee and Deborah and Debbie and Michelle and Raquel and Shaz and Mary and Pam and Aileen. How are you all? And hello to Sandra and Faina on Tube. How are we all? Okay, so let's put that aside, and I'm going to show you what I did with the paste. So I've got my stencil, and I'm using moulding paste because I can't find our light moulding paste. Yeah, I think Noah's got it. I don't know. I don't know. We probably don't have any at home right now.
Probably not.
So we don't need that much. And try not to get the paste around outside here on the knurling, because what happens, that's what the screw bit there is, it's knurling. What happens is then it glues the lid shut. So I've got it off there a bit. Try and only work in one direction. If you go back and forth, what happens is you will end up with it smushing under. So you just go back and don't go back and forth, just go in one direction.
Does everyone know what the difference is between the two modelling pads?
This one's heavier. So moulding paste, which is or modelling paste, is heavier. Light moulding paste is quite fluffy and light. It's a lighter weight. It does dry a bit quicker. Interesting thing with light moulding paste is when you heat it to dry it, it goes like puff paint. Remember puff paint back in the day? So I've got a bit there, a bit there, and a bit there.
And Margaret's joined us over on the tube.
Hello, Margaret. How are you?
And
hello, Cheryl.
Yeah, and Michelle, Don B's sister, also joined us.
And
Michelle says, I'm glad I'm not the only one who gets confused with my kids. I can only tell the difference between sometimes because of what they are wearing. Yep.
Sometimes it's which curtains are in the lounge room. And you can't say which bedding because we still use Noah's Lightning McQueen Doona. Everyone's had a go with it. So then what I've done is I've just come in and, yep, I've wrecked part of it. I've just done a bit along the edge and I've just sort of softened it out around the edges and a little bit through. Yep. And you're going to say, why did you do that? And I'm going to say, because I wanted to. And then what I do is before it dries is I do come along and I just make sure I don't have hanging off the edge bits. And you can see, so it's not perfect now, and that's okay. Because I like that.
Ree's also joined us, and Joan F wants to know what type of cardstock are you using, like what cardstock's good.
So this is just the 300 GSM, that 300 GSM Grange that we sell tons and tons of. I'm going to say it's awesome value. It's 85 cents a sheet. It's a proper white. Saw recently at the Geeks that someone was doing a special deal if you bought 20 sheets of their white cardstock, which isn't as white as ours. It was more of a creamy white. 20 sheets for $18 they were doing, and that was their deal. And you can buy 20 sheets of ours at regular price for $17. So just going to say ours is 300 GSM and it is the bomb. Yeah, it's awesome stuff. And yes, we use it in kits. I use it all the time. Naomi John uses it. We do love it. It takes time to find just the right product. We had one once before, but then the supplier, we used to sell it at Alpine, but then it got creamy looking and the supplier actually substituted with a thinner, crappy product. So then we stopped buying it. Okay. So there we go. Is that an ant on your face, kid? No, it's dirt. They were in the pool and then they were in the yard and then they were in the pool, and yep, we get crap in our pool and that's okay. I think there was, oh no, I think it was the next, actually it's happened quite a bit. We have the Christmas water pumper gun things, but they can't. So to load them, you've got to submerge them and you've got to use two hands. So you've got to use two hands to make them work because I'm a mean mum. And
you had to do that because otherwise you'd have
And Granddad, like Quentin's stepdad, Granddad tries to he tries to have a water fight with the kids in the pool, and oh my gosh, the boys are so much taller and they get vicious, and yeah.
We all have excellent aim, surprisingly how bad our eyesight is.
Yep. And then they're all ganging up on each other, and it's very funny. We've got this photo, and let's have a look at the pile of stuff. They grabbed me some black cardstock, but it's not the black I wanted, but it'll be right. Probably don't have the black I wanted. So I've got a collection of cogs. I said I was using Robot Antics tonight. Amelia's grabbed me. Look at all these different cogs in all these different colours. Might use the grey ones. Then we've got some
It's always good to have a white.
Grunge Street titles, word titles, and then we've got more cogs, some robots, some mud splats, which probably not a bad idea. We've got a couple of different light bulbs, a rocket, tools. We do these in acrylic as well in a couple of sets. And then we've got some cog rice papers. Now we have 21 different kinds of cogs, but we've only got like 8 rice papers. Not understanding my logic. I think Naomi, John and I only got so far with that because it's time consuming.
We only got to 8 and then we're like...
Let's talk about the blue glitter stars in a minute. You only got to 8. More cogs.
We said that we would come back.
Some flare buttons. Black cardstock. More white cardstock. Oh, there's our piece. Let's move that. And then we've got Robot Antics paper. So let's be having a look. I don't think I've got Robot Antics number 1. No, they didn't get me that. So we've got Robot Antics number 2 because they didn't get me number 1. I want to use this green.
Because we wanted to break open a paper bag.
Oh, there you go. And then we've got... So we must be low on number 1. Robot Antics number 3. There it is.
Must be. There's nothing to do.
So Robot Antics number 3. Oh, we might use that. Because we're doing Superstar. Robot Antics number 4. Hello, Marge.
Hi, Margaret.
Hello, Margaret.
And Ree.
Hello, Ree. Hello, Diane. Saw Cheryl today from Victoria. They're up visiting their son. Number 5 and number 6 with the cogs on it. You hand cut. But I'm thinking I like that. And I like that. Maybe. Because let me show you a special treat. Thinking of these here stars. Let me show you a special treat that you can't buy yet. Love number 3. Have a couple of sheets. Yes. I actually designed this with Milton, who's our adult son, and Quentin in mind. Milton's kind of mechanically minded, but he's not mechanically orientated. Yeah, he likes to engineer things and, and build things, but he's not, Whereas Quentin says he doesn't like fixing cars, but he can lose days just under the bonnet of a car, just gets so involved, and he loves it. He does actually still love fixing things. Quentin loves fixing things and building things, but this is more for teenagers and adults. I designed this one. Yeah, I really like how it turned out. And I love this. I love having lots of patterns. So you can't buy this yet, what I'm showing you. But I might put up the paper packs for pre-orders, say, when we head to Melbourne, and then we'll send them out when we get back. So this is Cats and Dogs, and it's being released in September. If you're doing the Cats and Dogs virtual retreat, you can pre-order this already. You can order this already. I was meant to do invoices yesterday or today. We've spent half of yesterday and half of today. Oh, can you go and rinse this out, please? At the Estedford.
There's someone in the shower, so yeah.
Oh, I'll clean it myself. Can you just clean it with this in the meantime, please? With Amelia. So I have lost like a day and a bit in the last 2 days of work. Yeah. But our kids come first. So oh dear me, I've wrecked that. Okay. So yeah. I was meant to do your invoices up, but we're going to try and get as many extras out with the kits as we can. So this is Cats and Dogs pages 1. I've just discovered I've got a fault in it. I don't know. Have to check that out. And then we've got paper 2. It's got 2 full and 2 half fussy cuts in Cats and Dogs. So we've got the bluey aqua glitter stars on this little piece here and on this vellum in Robot Antiques, but we've got a full sheet of it in purple in Cats and Dogs. And then this is the second full sheet for fussy cutting. I think we might use this blue from paper 3. I think we might use that. Sit it over there. And then we've got paper 4, which is just about the patterns. So that's paper 4. I think this is going to be a good basic. And then we have paper 5. Okay, so a lot of people don't understand this piece of paper. Well, the images came with the cats and the dogs for the birthday stuff. It's for your pet's birthday. But rather than just making that about, this is like a cat print. Rather than making it just about your pet's birthday, let's make a birthday piece of paper. So we've got a piece of birthday paper. And I wanted this really bright green. This is a colour I've been trying to make for a long time. So really happy I pulled that one off. So maybe we'll put a bit of this green on our page. And then paper number 6 is the flowers that go with. So yeah. So we've got a page that's sort of cattish. But you know, you can use these for a dog and teepee, and your dog might live in one of these. Your dog probably goes on a cat tower. And this one's doggish. Although if you're into tennis, we've got tennis balls on here. So, and your cat might sleep on that or that. You know what I mean? And your dog might play with wool. And see, this could be cat food. So, you never know. Okay. So let's put that there. And let's put this over here. Did we think we could put on some cogs?
Karen just did this.
Hello, Karen. Hello. The colours are pretty bright. Hello, Laura. Hello, Karen. Thank you, Margaret. Let's make a decision on if we're going to use rice paper cogs on our background in a minute. And if we're going to use black. Let's just check it out. So we've got this, and we've got a very bright red photo. Do we like that colour? don't think green is going to be our thing, is it? Well, that does make a good eye shine. You know, this is this green because it's the colour they wear at school. No. Maybe. What do you think? Sort of the cats in.
Thank you.
So I'm always having to knock for the kids to get out of the shower. And you know what the kids like to do is knock for each other to get out of the shower. You think the green or the blue?
Are these excited for the cats and dogs treat?
I think it's pretty cool. Oh, I've got more extras to put up, Dee. I've got chipboard. But what we could do is we could use like the blue and then put some green cogs. Or do the green. I like the blue, but I like the green. Or maybe we could do some stars in the background. I think it's because this is the corally part of this. What do we think? Love the blue. I think maybe the blue. The green could make it look Christmassy, even though it is Boxing Day. So we made on the blue. These over here.
Deborah says use both.
Use both.
Everyone loves the blue. What piece of paper is that one?
Cats and Dogs number 3.
Number 3?
It's not in the system. But then what we could do, so we're doing a superstar layout. Let's cut that and make a photo. So we're going to need like half a sheet of this image on. Yeah. So we've got a 5x7 photo. Well, it's just under 5, so let's make it just under 7. It's a metric photo from Harvey Norman. So let's do I'm going to cut it the way you will cut it with your paper. Oh no, let's just do the cheats way. 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. Yours will be cut in half down this way. So let's get our design board out. How's the light on this? Because I've had to double-sided tape the light up because the sticky tape broke. So because I've let this dry of its own volition today, it's fairly flat and it's good cardstock. So I just did this morning before I raced out to work. And then we also went to assembly this morning. Amelia Ann had an assembly presentation this morning on, what was it on?
Affirmations.
Affirmations. What do we think? We've got these arrows. Superstar. Was that not NAF? Oh, that other light. That's going to bug me. Let's turn it up. Dear me. No. What do we think? Bought my ticket of Paperific today. Oh, awesome. Here's both. Hello, Lee. The blue. Okay. I don't know about this extra arrow. And what if we do like some stars, but we do more what if we sort of like do a bit of a smushy background with a bit of colour, and then we trace our stars and we sort of colour our stars in a different way, like we do coloured stars in a different way. So let's put that down there. Turn these two menacey lights back on. And what colours are we going to put on the background? See, that's sort of the blue, isn't it? That's sort of the blue. And then this could end up making brown, purple. That's kind of the red. So these are from the matte, like the satin paint set. And then what about if we put like this bright lime? I'm meant to be using Robo Limits. Dear me.
Maybe use the green.
This green, this dark green.
Yeah, to go with the, or you could use the lime and then put the dark green Robo Limits paper. Get some contrast.
But there's this dark green, which is sort of similar to this. And then, but what we could do on the background is do like some of the yellow with the green and make like a lime, do our smushing with the lime green and then paint with the others. Maybe. Let's see how we go. Let's do a bit of lemon yellow. And this is all dried. I do have a water tub of clean water. And do the tiniest bit of green. Right there. Tiny bit of green. I'm just going to do really bright colours. Some water and that yellow. Let's see what we can do is I am right-handed, but I'm going to pretend to be ambidextrous. We just want to get it to go lots of places. And see how the paste, so light molding paste would take the, oh, look at that, that's good. Would take the, absorb a bit more of the colour, whereas the moulding paste kind of resists it a bit. Put a bit more yellow. I like that yellow. It's sort of like an acidy yellow, isn't it? It's a pretty cool colour. Hello, Beck. Been busy with life. No more footies. I'll be able to scrap again. Awesome. Well, not awesome that footy's over, because I know the boy loves his footy so much. Footy is just such an important part of his life. Oh, and see how I'm splatting it a bit? Let's go right to the edge. Let's get a bit more green in. Won't be seen just here, so we're just going to puddle in it. Bit darker. Let's make this a bit darker here. Okay. So you could maintain flatness by drying it like as it is. Do you know what I mean? Like drying it where it is, so that it just dried naturally on its own. But let's pick that up and bring that over here. We're going to speed up the process. I had thought about, you know, doing some of these mixed media steps if I added paint in that, and then showing you all the different steps, but I had no idea what I was going to do. All I knew I was going to do was stars in the background. So I don't like to do too much ahead. It is starting to dry just a little bit. We don't want that coming all the way down. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just going to mop some of these big puddles up. You can see that it's a bit wet. There's a bit of excess water on here, but that's like liquid. But that's okay. Let's just... I like that you get that difference. So I've even gone to the extreme of using, so no cardstock's going to be perfect when you do mixed media on it. I've gone to the extreme, now I've heated it, I've completely changed it because you're changing the molecular structure. I've used chipboard as a base and painted it white with gesso, and it still, it had its whole own kind of weirdness, and it was so heavy, I didn't want to put it in a album. Sorry, what was that, Naomi?
Tracy W's.
Think we could do that. Yes, you definitely could, Aileen and Margaret. Hello, Tracy. What did you use before? Oh, I missed that. What did you use before you painted? I used modelling paste.
I read that question wrong.
Hello, Liz. How are you? Modelling paste and the lots of stars stencil. Stars in a row stencil. This is what it looked like before the paint. Right, sorry that flickers. Tracy, I haven't got back to you. I'm very sorry. Yes, we will put 2 extra chairs out for you and Debbie on Friday. We will just send you an invoice. We will be putting 2 extra chairs out for you. Where's all my stuff? It's down here. Okay. So if our photo is sort of going to go here, we want to put some stars in a few places. Let's just wing it. Let's wing it. What do we think about winging it? Rightio. So what we're going to do with our stars is, we had this one over here. We're going to, and I bought myself a new pencil and it's blue, so when I catch a kid with it, I know it's mine. Bought the kids the same colour as me. Oh, that is great. Thanks so much. Okay. That's okay, Beck. That's okay, Tracy. Sorry I haven't got back to you. So let's just lightly trace with pencil. I actually, and I'm doing the inside here, I actually don't even know if what I'm thinking of doing is going to work. Still wet. Pencil's weird. Let's do, we had this one sort of over here, didn't we? Maybe I should have done it outside. Did that work? So if you book into, so Naomi John's got 5 classes of paperific and I have 3. So my first class is going to have some acrylic and it's a scrapbooking class, and Naomi John's and my second class is a card making class, and I've designed some colour cuts for that. It is star based. I'm doing the outside of this one. Naomi John's. Oh, and then my Saturday afternoon class is sort of like a feminine, well, it's kind of got flower colour cuts and let's just say the kits for the classes are probably worth more than the classes, than what we're charging. But that's okay because it's a lot of new product in the classes. And let's tidy these up a bit. And Naomi John's classes are Saturday morning and Sunday morning. She's doing her mixed media or her watercolor animals, which started off being my classes that I used to do, but yeah, she does them now. And let's do this one up here. That's what overlaps. Do the inside. So on Friday, Naomi John's doing a mixed media card, and Saturday I think she's doing a mixed media card, and Sunday afternoon she's doing 2 tags, mixed media, right? When Naomi John is doing her classes will each get a bonus. When you do them, you'll get a exclusive mini stamper. Mini mixed media stamper. So the mini size, so this is the normal size. The mini size is like this, and the ones that are in the class kit are only available in that class kit. So we've designed 3 stamps, one for each of her classes, and 3 stencils. So each of her classes will get a stencil. The stencils will be available for sale, but maybe straight away, maybe not. Let's put another one here, and then I'll tell you what size they are. And then we'll see if our technique works. Possibly not. It's still wet, my page. Not what I would recommend. Rightio. So we've got a 4-inch, a 3-inch, 2 2-inches, and 2 1-inches. Okay. And then our photo's sort of going to go here. And let's hit this on top so we sort of see, and that's kind of going to go like that. So let's see how we go. But yeah, so what else have we got? We've got chipboard in some of the classes, but the kits are probably, by the time we get all the little details in them, you know what we're like, are probably going to be about the price of the class. That's okay. Okay, so I've got the blue here. Let's do this one blue. And what we're going to do is we're actually just going to paint, and I know my background is really wet. Probably should have done something with our chipboard before now. So I'm painting it on really watery. But yeah, doesn't have to be perfect. We've only got an hour for these classes at Paperific, so we've got to be careful, like that. Yeah, we get them done in the hour, but still give really good value. But what we'll do is you'll be able to stay in the classroom and finish your class, even if we've got to duck back to the store. Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it. What do you think of that? And then when it's dry, we could probably doodle around the edges like with pen. Do you reckon we paint the title? Why do we paint black? Let's do this one here. Isn't it awesome how the color is different? Like, it's different on the paste. It just has a, you know, a real hit and miss difference. Do I want to do green? Let's do green here. Hopefully we'll be able to tell you by like Sunday afternoon. I know what size photos they are now, but I just want to make sure. I just want to get the projects completely done for the 2 scrapbook pages. Exactly what, not enough water there, exactly what size photos. It's 3, unless I change things. 3 photos for class 1. And the Saturday scrapbook page is 1 photo. Bit dark with the green there, Alicia. I think we might need 1 more star. That green's a bit dark. Can I water that down? Not really. Here's what it is. Let's do 1 more blue star, sort of. Like sort of here. Just another little one, you reckon? Like a little blue one here. What you doing, Maisie? What's that? Applying for something. Hopefully not a job in Timbuktu.
No, the remote 10-hour shift for climate change agency.
Oh. Mamie John's been speaking to a couple of charities about doing their marketing and video editing, and been approached by some charities, major charities, to do stuff for them.
You know, I just like writing elevator speeches.
What's that?
Oh, the box for an elevator pitch.
For them or for you?
For them.
They want you to write them an elevator pitch.
No, like they want. It's to see if you've done your research.
Oh, if you know the company.
Yeah.
Yes, but hopefully they don't go and use your elevator pitch. Naomi did a trial for a real estate agent as their graphic designer on Brisbane.
They still have that bloody sign up in Brisbane City. I am
Don't
so
swear.
mad. I should have put my bloody logo on it.
They and what they do is they keep getting visual art and graphic design graduates from QUT in to do trials, and it's a very big high-end real estate agent, and that's how they get all their artwork done for free. You do a 2-day trial and then they've got your artwork. Okay. This one's a bit green. Here's what it is. What are we thinking? Oh, stars. Just finished work. Awesome, Bronny. Hello. It's the starts that are next to the page. Stars are next to the page traced around them. Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed something. Okay, I've got to come back. Got to come back. Sorry, I've been head down, bottom up. Hello, Karen. Thank you, Cheryl. She's doing the happy dance. Thank you, Aileen. Love the stars. Did that a stencil? I missed it, but so these ones are, you know, the stencil set, the template set. I don't know where the really small one is. It's in the drawer. See, template set. They're the little star set. Stars. Don't you love spell checker? Hello, Karen. Over on the tube. Stars look great, don't they? Okay, let's dry this without melting our plastic palette, which is meant to be disposable, but I'm not disposing of that because that's a piece of art all on its own, right? Okay. Let's pop this aside to dry for a minute and work out what we're doing with our arrows and our... Okay. So... what if we were to... Okay. So what if we paint the arrows and the superstar black? What do you think of that? And then what if we come in and put like... a tiny bit of black in there, like that. And then we doodled these in black. And then we flick some black and red on the background. What do you think of that? What do you think of that? I think that's good. Such a happy photo. It looks pretty cool so far, doesn't it? This needs to dry a little bit more. Let's paint these babies. Bit of packaging. I should get my messy mat out.
Hi, Mealy. Bronnie is very excited because we're using a real photo on here tonight.
Yeah, I am using a real photo. It's a miracle. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put these on my messy mat. You're not going to see them because they're grey. Rightio. Let's get some black paint out. This one going to have black, white, black. It is the satin, but we'll do something to make it shiny. I think shiny. So we're going to put this one like this one like this one like this. So like that. Okay. Let's put some black paint in here. Oh, might be a bit much. It's a tiny bit of water just so we can help the paint to move. But I haven't put the water on the paint. The water's just sort of down here a little bit here. It's going to absorb in really quickly. If you add a little bit of water, just a tiny bit of water to your brush, so it's nice and damp, and make sure your paint's not thick and globby, it'll absorb in and dry quite quickly. Our chipboard is it's acid free and lignin free, but it is made from recycled material, so it is environmentally friendly and it will absorb this up nicely. But you just want a small brush. Look, in the past I have tried to paint these things quicker with a big brush, lots of paint, and then had to spend the next hour trying to get the bits of paint out of all the little bits. So this superstar title, you could definitely paint it different colors. Paint the star one color and the star word one color, the super a different color, and yep. And then you could paint like the stars in like gold or something. Be great for the Stedford like we've just done for a couple of days. So I watered that bit down a bit too far. I did buy new glue. I'm not going to use it till I have to. Definitely not using it until I absolutely have to. But if we want to make this shiny, I'm going to have to use my new glue. There's no way my old glue's got enough in it to even come close to covering this. Start coming around with our second coat. So had a bit thin and we missed some bits. Definitely missed that one. Okay, let's put another coat on these quickly. Well, a bit much paint on there then. Remember, this is matte paint. It's not going to dry shiny. It's not going to dry gloss. It's a satin paint. It's going to dry matte. The $2.50 tubes, they're a whole lot bigger than these, of the Montmartre acrylic. They're good too for this. Good bay. And Amy John uses the white a lot. So guaranteed she will be using that in her classes at Paperific. But yeah, we've been cutting stuff for our Paperific class kits. But each of the 8 classes is going to be different. We're not repeating any of the classes. So you can book into 8 different classes. Although one of them is booked out. The first one. Okay, let's give this a little tiny bit of a heat just to dry, and then we're going to use our glossy accents or Dimensional Magic or 3D crystal accents. You need to use Posca paint pens to colour chipboard so much easier. We did that last weekend. Is the small bottles of glossy accents in stock yet? Not the small bottles. We've got the big bottles, but Margaret, and we have the applicator bottles you decant it into. So you could buy the bigger bottle. It's more economical to buy the bigger bottle and decant it into the applicator bottles. Yeah, last weekend we used that, but try and do something different all the time. Seems later. Oh, is it that late already? Thank you. Thank you, Dee. It is a good mail page. It's always funny doing mail pages. Like, everyone wants you to, but mail pages are stars, cogs, triangles, hexagons. Do you know what I mean? Like, whereas girly pages, there's a bazillion different kinds of flowers. So we're going to, so don't shake your bottle. We're going to, and I'm going to hold this up and do, I'm going to try and do an okay job holding it up to show you. But yes, definitely, I don't use Posca paint pens. We use Pilot Pintor pens. I've got a drawer full of Poscas that don't work. And if you saw how my Pintor paint pens were treated, oh my gosh. The way they get treated on school holidays when we do rock painting and art with the daycare kids. And I'm talking like 5-year-olds, because they start at prep at holiday care, and yeah. But yeah, Posca paint pens are good, but the Pintor ones are better for some reason. And we use the Pintor paint pens on white coffee cups and teapots and then bake it in the oven. That's, the kids make them for the grandparents. For all sorts of things. And then they do things, they personalise them. Like, I'm your favourite grandchild, and, you know, all sorts of things.
What can we say?
Quentin and I have some interesting cups from Amelia Ann at work.
Tracy W says they're really good.
Mm. But yeah, so paint pens are a good option. I'm going to do this down here. It's going to be quicker this time. You do have to be careful when you've painted your chipboard. If you've only painted it with a light layer or something, and then you're putting your glossy accents, dimensional magic, 3D crystal accents, whatever you're putting on top, if you scratch the surface with the nozzle, you can make a scratch in like the paint or ink or whatever it is. So it is a good idea to make sure it's dry. Sometimes I don't, and if it's not dry and I scratch into it, you can kind of see it sometimes. Actually, Blind Freddy's probably not going to see it, but you know, I know it's there. Yes, Naomi John.
Dee wants to know how long you bake the cups in the oven for.
How long is it, Naomi? We usually do.
I think it's about 30 minutes.
Was it about 60?
It's either 60 to 30 minutes. It depends on how hot your oven is.
I'll try and remember tomorrow, Dee, to send you the link.
Our oven is very hot.
We have a very hot oven here at home.
So we're going to decrease everything by a fair amount, or else we end up.
We also all are addicted to fan force. We possess a creature called a Quentin, who does like to have the oven on full blast. Though our oven at work's fairly hot too, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't even know if it has fan force. I think it does, but I think it's just only choice. I think, and what you do is you leave them in there to cool, and they don't damage your oven. You know how some products like polymer clay, you shouldn't cook polymer clay in an oven, like you shouldn't cure polymer clay in an oven that you intend to eat food out of, like to cook food in, because of the gases it emits when it is heat cured. But the cups are different. The cups are okay.
WC says that she always paints the chipboard twice to make sure it's covered in case she's missed any bits.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Very good tip.
Yep. And Dee says thank you because it's going to be a good Father's Day present. And I'm going to go and find where
Oh my gosh, it is the best thing. The kids have a great time. It's one of those, like, Milton gets home. Like, sometimes he only gets home on Christmas Eve or the day before Christmas Eve, and the kids will go and if they haven't been and picked them up already, they'll go out and they'll hit Kmart or the cheap shops. They'll buy a heap of white cups, plain white cups, and then they hang out together and they decorate their cups for all the grandparents and relatives. And then they make gift tags and they make wrapping paper. And, you know, that's all of them from 25 right down to 8. It's a great activity. Keeps them out of my hair. Quentin and I try and go shopping or something. That's usually when we do our Christmas shopping. It's when the kids are making coffee cups. Okay, well, just give me a second. Can I pass this to you, Naomi John? Can you hold this there? Because we do not want... No, come round.
Oh, I've got it.
Yep.
Don't worry, it's fine.
Do not want that landing on the floor. I'm getting hair in it.
Good night, hello, goodbye.
She's tired. She's falling asleep right there.
I love you.
Did I steal anything?
See you in the morning.
Did I steal anything?
Nope, you've got to go. Bye. Michelle and Dee and everyone has, and Nanny Di and Debbie and everyone said goodnight. She's gone. Yeah, it's a great thing for them to do together. Dee, do you reckon all your boys would sit down and make coffee cups together? It's very wet here. So if we were doing this with white moulding paste, it'd puff up a little more. It's really cool. Don't burn the paper. Sorry, I burned it last week. Didn't I? Was it last week? I could talk them into it. Ours love rock painting too. We go and get the really nice smooth river rocks from Bunnings. They're not cheap for a whole bag, but we just buy a bag every few years, and like Quentin washes them, and then we dry them, leave them to dry for a bit, and they'll even paint rocks. This bit here is really wet. That'll burn it. I don't think we're putting cogs on this. So I've got a juice up 0.4 pen. So we're gonna do like, see, we're gonna do like the sides, each side, because they're straight lines. So we're going to cover up our pencil line. Like that. See how it just makes the star pop? And you don't have to be, you know, steady-handed. You don't, you know, it's okay. Your hand gets the speed wobbles. Don't have to stress about the way you write or the way you draw. What did I draw today? Oh, some leaves. I wanted chipboard leaves. Something. I decided I needed them. Oh, I did something else as well. Oh, I did stencils. I needed one stencil, so I designed 4. So I've decided that the little one goes over the top. So the big one behind, but it doesn't have to be perfect, is in behind. And it actually now looks like the little one is over the top. And doing this turned out pretty cool. I wanted to try and do something different so that you had a different thing you could do with your templates, and that you could look at things from a different perspective. Yep, my photo is mostly red, and that's okay. I'm doing a green and blue and yellow page. And you can turn the page around so it's easier for you, or it feels more comfortable. It doesn't have to always be upright. No one needs to know that you turned the page around 50,000 times while you're creating. Now let's do our final one. Dude, that's a bit dodge up there, isn't it? That's okay. That's the moral of the story. Ooh, gee willikers. It's a bit wet there. Okay. This pen is still going after going through wet paint. Here we go.
Sorry, it took some time. What have we done?
I'm just getting rid of this bit of whiteness here.
Are we finished?
Nope.
Oh, it's close.
Nope. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
There was also a school page. I don't know.
Oh, it'd be an awesome school page. It could be. Yeah, but a school page where they get the certificate on parade. Superstar. See? Let's actually hit that with our heat tool to dry our pen a little bit. The pen's gonna be pretty close to dry, but let's just make sure. Then I don't know what robot annex we've used on this page. Let's get a tiny bit of this red. I'm wearing a cream shirt.
Oh, it's a good one too.
It's a good shirt.
You're a genius, Mum.
Yep, I'm a genius.
It's about as much genius I am.
What are you doing in my area?
I'm grabbing some acrylic shapes to peel.
Oh, do you finish the stamp blocks?
Nope.
Nope, you've had enough with stamp blocks.
Circles are hard to peel than stars. See my theory.
And now let's get some black. Let's scrape some of it off, so we just do little black dots.
They do like the line that makes it pop.
Does, doesn't it? Some little black bits. Little black dots.
Oh, they're liking it. Tracy W says that you should have an apron. Debbie C agrees, it's apron time. We are not apron people.
We do have aprons. We probably will be wearing aprons in Melbourne.
What?
Yep.
Since when?
I'm doing new work uniforms for us. We're going to use aprons if we're painting. Look at that. Didn't that just change it completely? And you can see where it's a bit wet. And you know what? She'll be right.
When was I going to be told about this?
I told you the other day.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
You weren't listening. It was on Sunday, remember? I said, this apron, we're going to wear it. It's got a lot of paint on it.
You were joking.
No, I was not joking.
Oh my god, that's a funny joke.
Now, our blue doesn't match anymore. You'll be right.
Being sarcastic.
Let's try that.
You should be selling an apron.
We are looking at having aprons, but we just can't decide what colour and what to put on them. Now remember, the red and the black are satin, so they're going to be matte. They're not going to be shiny, glossy or anything. So what's that?
Dee says that she needs an apron.
The place where scrapbook fantasies come true. Oh, I like that. Can you write that down? Can you post it as soon as you decide? The place where scrapbook fantasies come true. Yes, if you sold aprons with your logos on them, we would all buy them. Okay, there we go. You just have to feel the phone call, Cheryl. Thank you, Cheryl. Oh, scrapbook fantastical. Fantastical. We were looking for non-word words the other day. You wait till you see the one we've done. We've done a cool one. We don't know if we're just going to put it out there or put it on a page, but I really want to put it on page. It's a cool word. Namie John came up with it. No, aprons look so professional. We used to wear work aprons.
No, not some Naomi's art on.
Will the aprons have Scrapbook Fantasies logo? They most likely will. We've got art aprons that I threw paint at. Noah even has one of those. Yes, please. Looks like we're doing aprons. I like fantastical. It's going to be a title. Just saying. The great ideas are coming thick and fast. Yeah, they are, Cheryl. I love it. What's that?
This means I actually have to be proactive and
yes.
advertising our logo.
Yep.
I'm not paying the $50, so I can be
No. You need to. The company Namie John works for will be doing the aprons for us. So they will be professionally done. We'll get them embroidered by the best. Look at that. Is that dry? Please tell me it's dry. Missy! Oh, get out! Right, little feral. Out. Out. Out of my area now. You're not sleeping there. Sorry, everyone. She's just been a little bit obnoxious lately.
because there's no satchel.
Oh, I don't like the blue.
I think it looks cool.
You think it looks cool?
Maybe ink it.
Maybe edge it? It's the wrong blue now. Go away, Missy Mouse.
Not the wrong blue.
No, out. Out of my area now. Go on, get. I don't care that you had a bath.
Tracy W. did not mean to type the word fantastical. Her phone did it, but she would take full credit.
Yep. Fantastical. It has to be a word now. Seeing as how we've got rememberable. Oh, the blue doesn't match.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, just, and I say, don't worry about it.
Maybe edge it. Debbie's suggesting red. Tracy still likes the blue.
Go back to green. Nope. The green.
Maybe the blue edge to the black.
Just that blue turned out different to what I wanted. Where's the green? See how the green's got this bit of this coral colour? I'm just going to cut a piece of the green.
I'll see that red maybe?
Yeah, I don't have any red.
We're going to this one now?
Yeah, I'm just going to cut a...
How big is it going to be?
Oh, I'm just cutting the same. A 7 1/4 by 5 1/4. We're just going to have a good look at it. I actually like that. So let's cut a 5 by 7 of black. So we need a half sheet of black, and we're going to change it to a half sheet of number 5 for cats and dogs.
So it's...
And then what we're going to do is with our photo, we're just going to cut an 1/8 of an inch off our photo. So we're going to come in, and our photo is going to be like 6 7/8 by 4 7/8. And we'll give Naomi John a chance to catch up. So I think... So don't forget that tomorrow is Super Saturday if you're in the local area. And see, doesn't that look awesome? And today is the last day to get the early bird pricing on the Magical Memories retreat. So you can still book for another 2 weeks, but today's the last day for early bird pricing. So after today, it goes up by $20. And if you have not paid by midnight tonight, it will go up by $20. So you'll have to pay the late booking fee. Okay. Let's cut the middle out of both of these photo mats. Poor Naomi John, giving her conniptions here, having to change her kit and change...
Not the hardest thing we've ever done. I would put it maybe in the top 5, but not that far.
And then let's get the paintbrushes we were born with, one of those. And let's get a little tiny bit of our black. And let's put a tiny bit of black around the edge of our green.
Is that obsidian or kaleidoscope?
What's that?
Obsidian or kaleidoscope? Obsidian or kaleidoscope?
Obsidian. Yeah, I wanted kaleidoscope, but Dad gave me obsidian. Mustn't have had enough kaleidoscope, but I thought we did. I bought kaleidoscope recently.
And it's in the wrong end of the cupboard.
Yeah, I think you did. So, I'm just putting a tiny bit of the black. Oh, that's not a tiny bit. Well, that's a bit of an oops-a-daisy moment. Whoopsie!
Well, you win some, you lose some.
Let's do the same to our page without the oopsie. Don't you start with me. Just waiting for the glossy stuff to dry on our title, people.
So are we making a very light on kit? Is that what
Is it a light on kit?
Well, we've got one sheet of 1 minute, let me just edit my quantities here.
I'm thinking I need more stars.
We've got one sheet of cardstock, half a sheet of black, half a sheet of Akitas Farm paper 5, and 2 chippy cups.
It's Cats and Dogs paper 5.
Yeah.
You said Kids Farm.
Oh, well, I've got written Cats and Dogs, if it helps.
Written Cats and Dogs and you said Cutest Farm. Dearie me.
Or would you like to say... Would you like to hear how much it is currently?
How much?
$6.23.
$6.23.
It's an excellent page.
You're waiting for me to leave so you can get where you're not allowed to go. Well, you're not allowed to sleep in my area, so you can go. Sorry, everyone.
She slept on the table.
She's naughty. Or do we put some cogs on? There are red cogs.
Because she did grab me every colour.
She did grab me every colour of the yarn.
Every colour of his cup.
Do we put cogs with stars?
Acrylic stars would look good. Do we have any? Do you have a packet of acrylic stars?
I have a packet of clear ones.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. You know the blue that you don't particularly like?
Mm.
You don't think it matches the page. Maybe you could do that as the background.
I could, but I was actually thinking
Painting the back.
making red stars. So it's yep. Nothing is sacred when you start doing mixed media kind of stuff. Yep. So my jeans that I wear as maternity jeans, which are actually an old pair of Queen's Levi's, have paint all over them. And they have handprints on them. Not my handprints. My kids' art class students. Because I would wipe my hands on my jeans when I taught an art class. And then the kids would proceed to go, oh, well, we'll wipe our hands on your jeans too. So, yes, go shopping in a pair of jeans when you're pregnant and they've got paint all over them and people really look at you strange. Got 5 stars there. That might do us. Yeah, I'm liking that. Let's just really make sure we've got all the paint off. Red paint's like black paint. Whoop on a woolly blanket. Yep. So you could put the paint on and stick them straight to the page because the acrylic paint will act like a glue. So, yeah, that is an option, which we might use. So we're going to mat our photograph. I think we're going to stick a wet title on the page. And we're definitely going to cover this up with a star. Just so you know. It's nice and bold, hey. This is my glue I'm trying to use up. I'm going to use one layer of chippy strip on the back. Gonna say the applicator bottles are way better. That one's just jammed up because I left the lid off it. It's all me. That problem is all my own. All of my own doing. Just turn this up the other way. Okay. Let's heat around the edges of our page. So we've got thick paint on there. Can see why people edit their videos and cut bits out because they take so long. I really like the squiggle paper. I love the squiggle paper. I think it's time to stick this baby on. Because then we're going to stick on our stars. Got our trusty tea ruler. I think we're going to go about there-ish. So we're going to slide along. And we're just going to push that on. So it's nice and stuck down. I've got to make sure this kid sends me plenty of photos because he leaves on holidays.
He's taking 3 SD cards with him.
Yes, 3 SD cards. He is heading off to Europe for a few weeks with his mates. And I want lots of photos. Cannot wait to see how much fun he has. And he needs a holiday. He works very hard. Okay. So. Bit more paint. Yep. Going to use the paint as our glue. It's going to swoosh out a bit, but she'll be right. Just looking at these bits we put over here. It's got fingerprints on it now. I'll just clean them off once it's dry. Yeah, can you bring that over? And we're just going to
sit them lightly so you know where you're stick the stars.
Oh, there goes the heat still. Heat tool.
Still, ooh, if you can roll on, you know. Now I know where I get my mispronunciation.
Yeah. Yeah, you think that.
Oh,
Can you put that back, please?
I will continue to think that. I will be like, ooh.
Look at that, how glossy that is. How awesome that is.
Hold on. Okay, 1 minute. Perfect.
What do we think? Get some more red paint out. And let's not use our fingers at the moment. Let's just use a paintbrush for the moment. Rightio. It is easier not to overload the paint on the stars when you're using your fingers.
For everyone is loving your page. Baby's asking if he's the oldest. Yes.
Yeah, Milton is the oldest. He is 26 in November. Naomi John will be 23 in October. She's a millennium baby. She was born in the year 2000. And not to be confused with a millennial. She's a millennium baby. Noel was 17 last month. And Amelia Ann will be 9 at the end of this month. She will actually turn 9 on the Monday that we were meant to come home from Paperific, but we're stuck in Melbourne still for another day. But that's okay. We missed her birthday last year. If you come to Paperific 2024, she is actually planning on being there.
That's how we say she is.
Yes, she is planning on being at Paperific 2024 for her 10th birthday.
She has plans.
She has plans.
She's decided.
Yep. And you know what? She usually gets her own way, like this fella does. Oh, sometimes he does. Sometimes he doesn't. Yes, Naomi thinks that he's the favourite and he thinks she's the favourite.
I have my reasons.
Yep, they both say exactly the same thing. And then Noah thinks everybody else is the favourite except for him. Amelia knows Amelia thinks she is the favourite. But most people think that this one's the favourite. We do miss this one a lot. We do miss Milton a lot. They all miss him. He is a good brother. Even those that say they don't miss him do.
I lived with him for 7 years.
What's that?
Nothing. Okay, right.
You lived with him for what? 7 years?
Several years. Okay. So we've got in the kit, we've got a piece of grange, a piece of half black cast, like a piece of half cats and dogs, pepper 5.
Yeah. We're meant to be using robot antics. Quentin's going to say, what robot antics did you use?
2 chippy cuts, robot antics colour palette, 2 chippy cuts, and a third of acrylic star set. Would you like to hear what price it comes to?
Yeah.
$6.81.
$6.81.
Now, not to sound scungy, but I don't think 81 cents is a good rounding figure.
So what is it? $6.
81 cents.
Well, let's do $6.75.
Oh, mate, you are more than right.
I'm a bit generous, I know, but if there's one thing we do well is we do kits well. Okay, we make these kits to order. Don't forget, Sunday night is your last chance to order and pick up at Paperific. I'm not taking people's orders in my suitcase.
We will not have room.
I am probably going to design extra product to go in my suitcase. Last year we filled our suitcases with stock because a supplier couldn't get their gear together, couldn't get their act together on time. But this year, it's not other people's product, it's ours. And, you know, if I've got nothing to do, I'm just going to design product.
Des said, sorry I'm late, but a beautiful page. I have staying visitors. Again, an all cap.
Visitors again? And people should know not to ring on a scrap-along night. Was that your dad coming in the door?
I think so. He's gotten very quietly.
I'm trying not to damage my glossy arrows. I love how we've used satin like matte paints, and then we've got the glossy acrylic pieces that have got fingerprints on them. Oh, let's clean the fingerprints off. And the glossy black. I'm loving how we've made a matte background and then we've got the glossy on top. I just think it looks really nice. Like.
Here we go. I've got the kit
I
up.
think I might need to make a title called Water Monster to use that one of Noah from the same day.
Oh, you don't want to use Chief Mudfighter.
Chief Mudfighter. Well, Chief Mudslinger. You could write that down.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, but Naomi always starts the mud fight that she can't win. And then cries foul. That the boys ganged up on her. Mum, boys ganged up on me. Amelia's the same. Everyone's got that kid, haven't they? Right. To work out sort of where we're going to go. We're going to come across here a bit, and we're going to come down further, I think. I think we're going to come down.
I hold my own until I think the fight's over, and then apparently it actually isn't, so I've misjudged completely.
Yep.
And that's when I lose.
They're boys, and they're bigger than you.
So?
Our boys are like giants. Noah has the longest fingers. Milton has really long fingers as well, but Milton has really big hands, and he's got really broad shoulders. Noah's not as broad shouldered as Milton. The boys have got they look similar. They look very similar, and they speak exactly the same. And they sound the same, but they've both got different builds, kind of. Tall, but this one's really broad. The girls are just about the same.
Medium.
Although,
Amelia's
we'll see how she goes. She's done it enough. Noah and Amelia have sort of similar build in some ways, and Naomi and Milton are similar in build. But no one has shoulders as broad as Milton. Oh, other than his father. Quentin's got a big build. There we go. What do we think? Do you like the contrast? I love the contrast between the matte and the gloss. Can you see the gloss on the black? And the acrylic, and then the matte background. Love, love, love how that turned out. We better write the date on here. So it was actually Boxing Day.
I believe you said it was 2011.
Yeah, Boxing Day 2011.
Make sure it's Milton. Oh, that one there, it's pretty clear.
Yeah, it's got the Redshaw grin going on here. It's called the Redshaw grin. So going over the writing a few times.
That grin either means that we've done something stupid and we've covered it up really
Oh, he's
well.
quite photogenic. He's not like Noah. Noah doesn't like his photo.
No. Actually, the school got a photo of him smiling, and didn't they send it to you as a like?
Yeah, yep, there are photos of him smiling.
So like,
Jess has got a photo of one of her girls smiling this week that doesn't always smile for photos. She smiled for a photo. Is it smooth through here? Where's it smooth?
The other one telling the story. Oh, Cheryl and Tracy are leaving us currently. They're going to bed. We got work tomorrow.
Milton and his grin. So I actually go over the writing a couple of times like this. So it doesn't matter how bad my writing is. Then it just looks like it's meant to be like that. Yep. I've been doing that for years.
I just accept the fact that my writing isn't 100% perfect.
Milton and his grin. Look at that, the difference in the shine, the matte background and the shininess. And see how like this background watercolor in here looks like it's been so planned, but it's, you know, you saw it, we just slopped water and paint and, you know, and then see this gap in here looks really good. Creates interest. That. And the photo is the star of the show, but it all makes sense.
So when are we back, Mum?
When are we back? Tomorrow morning. We have got weekly roundup. In the morning.
Anything happening special on weekly roundup?
Anything happening special on weekly roundup? I don't know. I do have a few things coming out this weekend. Yeah. We might show you cats and dogs again. I don't know. We'll see. But don't forget, you've got till midnight tonight to get early bird pricing on Magical Memories Hybrid Retreat, either in-store or online. What else have we got on? Super Saturday tomorrow from 3 till 8. $5, no kids. Noah has agreed to babysit for me, so my kid doesn't even come. And yeah, Super Saturday tomorrow morning. This page has a wow factor. Thank you, Aileen. Thank you very much. So what was the kit? $6.75.
Yep.
We're flying out to Thailand tomorrow. I'm already planning photos. Oh my gosh, Deborah, I can't wait to see all your photos. I'll be haunting Facebook watching. Love the red stars. Thank you, Deborah. So the red stars we stuck on with paint. Look at that. Paint to colour and to stick. Thank you, Dee and Deborah and Tracy and Helen. Thank you, Cheryl. It does look like a party page, doesn't it? Thank you, Karen and Raquel and Michelle and Di. What's that? Yep, I'm going. Thank you all very much. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Margaret, over on Tube. And thank you, Margaret. It would be great for a Christmas photo, Margaret, definitely. So you could keep the blue or change the blue to a different shade of green, or you could do red stars where the blue is, or you could do gold stars. So maybe behind these red ones, where these red ones are here. Oh, one of my stars. I like my stars all pointing upwards. And that one shifted. Oops. You could do gold behind the acrylic stars, and then you could do like do where the blue ones are in red. Oh, and I've just got red paint there, but I've got red flicks. So I could add gold to it for Christmas. Or do this in, yeah, Christmas star. Please, can you write that down? I'm sure, Deborah, you're going to have a wonderful time. I think it will be fabulous, and then we'll see you after you get back. Be good. Yes, so great with a Christmas photo. Bronny, yeah. Bronny, sorry. So, yeah. So thank you very much for coming along. Thank you, Liz. Love the arrows. I love these arrows. The arrows were meant to go with cats and dogs, but I decided that I would do them with this. Yeah. Is what it is. The Superstar and the arrows are part of the Robot Annex collection now. Yep. They go with lots of things. Thank you, Margaret. Good night. And take care, everyone. Stay safe. Sorry it was a 2-hour class. But yeah, we had fun. We did some mixed media. And you saw that the page was still flat once, even after. So this is the one we put the paste on earlier. This paste is probably, yep, it's dry now. It's ready to go. And the page is nice and flat still. Oh, I had it bent up on a hat over there, but you know, it's nice and flat. So you could then just add all your media to it. So night, everyone. Thank you. Yeah, so the kit's up and Naomi put up a link, and we will see you all tomorrow morning for weekly roundup. See you then. Take care. Stay safe. Love yous all, and we really truly appreciate all of you being part of our creative family. See you later. Bye.